What was supposed to be one of the happiest moments for the Bates family suddenly turned into a terrifying medical emergency. Bringing Up Bates star Erin Bates Paine is reportedly in the ICU after giving birth to baby number 7. And now her husband, Chad Paine, is asking fans around the world for prayers. Supporters of the family are shocked, emotional, and desperate for updates after hearing the heartbreaking news. For years, fans have followed Erin Bates through her journey as a wife, mother, and devoted member of the Bates family. She has always appeared strong, faithful, and deeply committed to her growing family. But now, only moments after welcoming another child into the world, Erin is facing one of the most serious health scares of her life. According to Chad Paine, what began as a joyful delivery quickly became complicated. The family has not revealed every medical detail yet, but Chad's emotional statement confirmed that Erin was transferred to the intensive care unit shortly after childbirth. The unexpected update immediately sent waves of concern throughout the Bringing Up Bates fan community. Many fans noticed that Chad's message carried an unusually emotional tone. Instead of celebrating the arrival of the new baby with excitement alone, his words focused heavily on prayer, recovery, and hope. That alone was enough to make longtime followers realize the situation may be extremely serious. Sources close to the family say doctors and nurses acted quickly after complications developed following the birth. While the baby is reportedly safe, Erin's condition became concerning enough for specialists to monitor her closely inside the ICU. For a family known for sharing joyful milestones online, this sudden silence and uncertainty have left supporters deeply worried. As news spread across social media, thousands of comments began pouring in. Fans described feeling devastated after hearing the update. Some shared memories of Erin's past health struggles, while others spoke about how difficult it must be for Chad to remain strong for their children during such a frightening time. This is not the first time Erin Bates has faced difficult medical challenges. Over the years, she has openly discussed several health complications, including serious reproductive issues that once threatened her ability to have more children. Many viewers remember how emotional those previous chapters were for the family. Because of that history, this latest emergency feels even more heartbreaking to supporters. After overcoming so many obstacles, Erin and Chad appeared incredibly grateful to be welcoming another child into their lives. That's why the ICU news has hit fans especially hard. In his statement, Chad reportedly thanked everyone who had already been praying for Erin and asked supporters to continue lifting her up during recovery. He emphasized that the family is leaning heavily on faith during this painful moment. Those words quickly became the center of online discussions, with many followers organizing prayer chains and posting emotional tributes. Several fans pointed out how rare it is for Chad to publicly ask for help in such a direct way. Normally, the couple keeps many private struggles away from the spotlight. That made this request feel even more urgent and emotional. Meanwhile, members of the Bates family have also remained relatively quiet, which has only increased speculation about how severe the situation may be. Some relatives reportedly shared brief messages asking for prayers without revealing further details. As the story continues developing, supporters are anxiously waiting for updates on Erin's condition. Everyone wants to know whether she is improving, when she might leave the ICU, and how the family is coping behind the scenes. But beyond the headlines and online reactions, there's also a very human story unfolding here. A mother fighting to recover after childbirth, a husband trying to stay hopeful, and 7 children waiting for their mother to come home safely. And tonight, fans everywhere are asking the same question. How serious is Erin Bates' condition really? And what exactly happened after the birth that led doctors to place her in intensive care? As concern continued growing online, more attention began turning toward Erin Bates Paine's difficult medical history and the possible complications that may have led to this frightening ICU stay. Long time bringing up. Bates viewers know that Erin has spent years battling health issues behind the scenes, often while continuing to care for her large family and maintain a positive public image. Several years ago, Erin revealed that she experienced severe health complications connected to her reproductive system. Following multiple medical procedures and surgeries, doctors reportedly warned that future pregnancies could become increasingly risky. At one point, many fans believed she might never have another child. That's why the announcement of baby number 7 was seen by supporters as both emotional and miraculous. Erin and Chad frequently spoke about faith, gratitude, and trusting God throughout the pregnancy journey. Fans celebrated alongside them, believing this chapter represented hope after years of uncertainty. But now, with Erin reportedly in intensive care after delivery, many are revisiting those earlier health struggles and wondering whether complications connected to her past medical issues may have played a role. Online discussions quickly intensified after some supporters pointed out how suddenly everything appeared to change. Only recently, the family had been sharing joyful updates, preparing for the new baby, and expressing excitement about expanding their household once again. There were no obvious signs that something this serious was about to happen. That dramatic shift from celebration to emergency has left fans emotionally shaken. Some followers have also noted how physically demanding pregnancy and childbirth can become after multiple pregnancies, especially when previous medical complications already exist. Although the family has not confirmed specific details, many supporters fear Erin may have experienced a severe postpartum emergency, requiring immediate intervention from doctors. Medical emergencies after childbirth can happen unexpectedly, even when a pregnancy appears normal. Excessive bleeding, infection, blood pressure complications, and other serious conditions sometimes develop rapidly in the hours following delivery. In Erin's case, whatever occurred was serious enough for ICU monitoring, which explains why fans are so alarmed. Meanwhile, Chad Paine's role during this terrifying moment has become another major focus for supporters. Fans have always viewed Chad as calm, supportive, and deeply devoted to Erin. Now, many are praising him for remaining strong while facing what may be one of the hardest moments of their marriage. According to reactions online, supporters were especially touched by the emotional wording in Chad's message. Instead of focusing on himself, he centered his attention entirely on Erin's recovery and thanked everyone praying for their family. Many fans described the statement as heartbreaking because of how vulnerable and sincere it felt. Others pointed out how overwhelming the situation must be for the couple's children. Welcoming a new sibling is normally a joyful experience, but the uncertainty surrounding Erin's condition likely created fear and confusion inside the family as well. As updates remain limited, speculation has continued spreading across social media platforms. Some fans believe Erin may already be improving, while others worry the silence could mean recovery is taking longer than expected. Without direct confirmation from the family, supporters are left waiting anxiously for any positive news. At the same time, many people online are urging others not to spread rumors or unverified medical claims. Several supporters have reminded fans that childbirth complications are deeply personal and traumatic experiences, and the family deserves privacy while Erin recovers. Still, the emotional response from the Bringing Up Bates community has been massive. Thousands of supporters continue posting prayers, Bible verses, and encouraging messages under every update connected to the family. Some fans even shared personal stories about surviving traumatic childbirth experiences themselves, saying Erin's story has deeply affected them. One reason the situation feels especially emotional is because Erin has often been viewed as one of the most resilient members of the Bates family. Through health struggles, motherhood challenges, and public scrutiny, she consistently projected strength and faith. Seeing someone so admired suddenly fighting for recovery inside an ICU has been difficult for many supporters to process. And while fans continue hoping for good news, one major question still remains unanswered. What happens next for Erin Bates and her family if recovery becomes longer and more complicated than anyone expected? As the Bates family continues facing this emotional crisis, fans everywhere are holding on to hope that Erin Bates Paine will soon make a full recovery and finally return home to her children. But until official updates are shared, uncertainty continues surrounding one of the most frightening moments the family has ever experienced publicly. For many longtime Bringing Up Bates viewers, the situation feels deeply personal. Over the years, audiences watched Erin grow from a young daughter in the Bates household into a wife and mother devoted to raising a large family alongside Chad Paine. Her life has unfolded in front of cameras, social media posts, and family updates for years, which is why so many supporters now feel emotionally connected to her recovery journey. In moments like this, reality television suddenly becomes very real. Behind every headline is a husband worried about his wife, children waiting for reassurance, and loved ones praying for strength during an incredibly painful situation. That emotional reality is what has made this story resonate so strongly online. Supporters continue flooding social media with encouragement, hoping Chad and Erin will eventually share positive news. Some fans say they are inspired by the couple's faith during such a terrifying moment, while others admit they were brought to tears after hearing Chad's emotional request for prayers. Many viewers also believe this experience could permanently change the family moving forward. Serious childbirth emergencies often leave emotional scars long after physical recovery begins. Fans are already wondering whether Erin may decide this will be her final pregnancy after facing such a dangerous complication. Others believe the experience may encourage the family to become more open about postpartum health awareness. Across the internet, countless women have been sharing their own stories of traumatic childbirth experiences in response to Erin's reported ICU stay. Some say they felt ignored during medical emergencies after delivery, while others explained how quickly complications can become life-threatening. That growing conversation has turned Erin's story into something even bigger than celebrity news. For many mothers watching, it has become a reminder of how dangerous childbirth can still be, even in situations that initially appear safe and healthy. At the same time, supporters are continuing to praise hospital staff and medical teams who respond rapidly during emergencies like this. Fans have repeatedly mentioned how grateful they are that Erin received immediate care once complications developed. Meanwhile, questions about the newborn baby continue circulating online as well. While reports suggest the baby is safe, the emotional reality of spending the first days of life while a mother remains hospitalized has touched many followers deeply. Fans are hoping Erin will soon be healthy enough to properly enjoy those precious first moments with her newborn child. Some supporters have also noticed how protective the Bates family has become regarding details surrounding Erin's condition. Instead of sharing constant updates, relatives appear focused on privacy, faith, and recovery. Many fans respect that decision, understanding how emotionally overwhelming the situation must be behind closed doors. Even so, the silence has not stopped supporters from continuing their prayers and encouragement. Across fan pages and discussion groups, messages of hope continue appearing every hour. People from different countries, backgrounds, and beliefs are all rallying around the same goal: seeing Erin Bates Paine recover safely. And in many ways, that may be the most powerful part of this entire story. What began as a joyful birth announcement suddenly transformed into a frightening medical emergency, reminding everyone how quickly life can change. One moment, a family is celebrating the arrival of a child, and the next, they are asking the world to pray for survival and healing. Right now, fans remain hopeful that the next update from Chad Paine and the Bates family will finally bring good news that Erin is recovering, getting stronger, and preparing to leave the ICU behind. Until then, supporters around the world continue waiting, praying, and hoping for a miracle recovery after one of the most emotional chapters the Bringing Up Bates family has ever faced.